What's up guys, Om here from iCheckEverything and welcome to this new video. In this video, we'll be talking about everything that was announced at WWDC 2023. It was a really exciting event, so without any further ado, let's get started. So first, they started off by talking about the Mac. They announced the 15.3-inch MacBook Air. It features the same M2 chip as a 13.6-inch MacBook Air. It's essentially the same computer with just a larger display, a better speaker system, and about the same battery life. And that's about it for the 15-inch MacBook Air. It now starts at $1,299 for the 15-inch model, and the 13-inch model is now $100 cheaper, starting at $1,100. It's actually only 5,000 Indian rupees cheaper in India, but yeah, it's still a good discount, and I will be getting the M2 MacBook Air in Starlight very soon. Then they announced the M2 Ultra Mac Studio, featuring a 24-core CPU, 76-core GPU, and 32-core neural engine, and up to 192 GB of memory. It starts with the same $2,000 pricing for the M2 Max and the $4,000 pricing for the M2 Ultra. They really went at high speed through both of these announcements, and then they announced the Mac Pro. The Mac Pro is only featuring a little bit of PCIe expansion with Apple Silicon. It now completes the transition to Apple Silicon. It starts at $7,000 and comes with the M2 Ultra. But honestly, I think the M2 Ultra Mac Studio is just a better deal. It's not worth spending $8,000 for this Mac Pro. But the interesting thing is that the maxed out variant of the Mac Pro is now around $12,000, whereas previously it would go as high as $55,000. So that's a big difference. But now it starts at $7,000 instead of the previous $6,000. But yeah, I don't think it's worth it to get the Mac Pro. It's not even a new design, it's the same rack design or the tower design, whichever one you prefer. But you can, the advantage with this is that you can put this into your existing workflows or racks, however you like. But I don't think it's a good deal, honestly. The M2 Ultra Mac Studio is just better for most people. Then they started out with iOS 17. iOS 17 features some exciting new updates to the phone app with a custom contact page which you can share with other people, and it lets you customize it the same way you customize your lock screen with your photo, custom text, custom fonts. And yeah, it is pretty amazing. You can also share this with NameDrop, which I'll talk about in just a bit. There's now live voicemail transcription as well. There's also advanced search for iMessage, which lets you search in a particular contact or a particular chat, which is incredible. Finally, for the first time, every other app has had it since the beginning. So yeah, finally, advanced search for iMessage, really happy about that. Then we also have check-in to let friends know if you've reached home or something happened along the way. That's a really nice feature. I usually ask my friends if they've reached home after we leave. So yeah, that's pretty good. There were also some exciting updates to AirDrop, starting off with NameDrop. NameDrop lets you share your contact details with another person just by typing your iPhone to their iPhone or your Apple Watch to their iPhone, or vice versa. You also get the same functionality with everything else in AirDrop, which is really amazing. And now you'll be able to use AirDrop even if you walk away from the person that's sending it to you. In this case, it'll be uploaded to the internet and you'll be able to download it. So AirDrop won't stop sending the files even if you walk away from the sender. There are also some highly anticipated keyboard updates such as improved autocorrect, inline text predictions, which is really cool, and improved dictation. All of these are powered by ML Transformer models, which is good to see coming from Apple, who hasn't done much in the ML AI field for the last few months compared to other companies. Apple also introduced a new journaling app featuring suggestions from other apps and your usage in those apps. There's also offline maps for maps, finally. And now there's a new standby mode for a new nightstand-like mode for iPhone, similar to what we've had in watchOS for years. There's also now the ability to just say Siri instead of having to say Hey. iPadOS brings a new lock screen similar to iOS 16 over to the iPad. There's now widgets on the left and customizable text, and you can now add multiple lock screens to your iPad. There's also now a live wallpaper powered by live photos which are extended with the help of AI. Live activities come to the iPad and multiple timers come to iOS, iPadOS and macOS. Finally, we have multiple timers, which is something we've been waiting for years. The Health app also comes to iPad, which is something I'm really excited for. It features a new detailed view with everything at a glance. It's a really nice dashboard. PDF editing gets a powerful new update with ML. Machine learning analyzes the PDF document to search for text fields, so you can easily fill in your data by typing into those text fields right in the PDF and sending it over to wherever you want to. Stage Manager on the iPad is now improved, and window positioning is now said to be more flexible, although I haven't used Stage Manager extensively on previous versions either, so I don't really know. And for the first time on iPadOS, you can use your own mic and webcam on iPadOS for video conferencing. This is really exciting, and you can also use your Studio Display's cameras on your iPad. Then coming to macOS Sonoma. macOS Sonoma brings new screensavers, a new lock screen for Mac, and widgets on the desktop. And powered by the new interactive widgets, there's finally now a C Shortcuts widget on the Mac. Widgets on a Mac also get an exciting update. You can now use widgets from your iPhone on your iPad. Let's say you have an iOS app that doesn't support the Mac. You can now use its widgets on your Mac without having to install the app on your Mac. This is really cool for apps that don't have a Mac app, and there are plenty of those. They showed some really good examples, and this is really exciting. There's also new reaction effects and presenter overlay for screen sharing. That looks so incredible, and I can't wait to try it out. It gives a really professional vibe to your really basic setup. I'm also really excited about the updates to Safari. You can now lock private windows with passwords, you can now share passkeys with your friends and family, and there are now new profiles which let you have different cookies, favorites, extensions, and web apps for different profiles. For example, you can have one for school, personal, work, that lets you have different accounts for each of those. Basically, like previously you would have to have a different browser, you can now do it right from Safari. tvOS, for the first time after 3 years since iOS 14, got screen time at the Apple event. It now features a new control center, Find My support for the TV Siri remote, photo memories as screensavers, and FaceTime on Apple TV. With Continuity Camera, you can use your phone as the camera for FaceTime and see everyone on the big screen. watchOS 10 gets a major redesign with all of the apps being revamped from the ground up. There's now advanced cycling, hiking, and compass updates, and now there will be topographical maps coming to the US. Within 1 hour 10 minutes, they had completed everything about the Mac and also all the software updates. They really went quickly through everything that was new, because what they had at the end was the one more thing surprise. Before we talk about that, let me talk about the sponsor of this video. This video is sponsored by none other than me. With the launch of Starlight Apps LLP earlier this week, I started a new software development company where I'll be publishing my own apps to the App Store. I've already had my first 2 apps on the App Store, and you can check those out today. My first app brings a powerful window management experience to your Mac, similar to Snap Layouts on Windows. And Linkkeeper, the best bookmarking app, takes your bookmarking experience to the next level, featuring deep integration into iOS, iPadOS, and macOS. I can't wait for you to check them out. They're live on the App Store, and I'll leave a link to them in the description. I'd love if you check them out. They're completely free to use with absolutely zero in-app purchases at the moment. There'll be an option to tip later, but the functionality will be completely free always. I'm excited for you to check my apps out, and I'm just as excited about Apple's Vision Pro. Apple's Vision Pro is their new AR/VR headset, which is really amazing. The Apple Vision Pro is powered by visionOS and fortunately not XROS. You can view panoramas you've taken on your iPhone in a real life-size view on the Vision Pro. You'll feel like you're standing right where you took them. There's also a 3D camera built in on the Vision Pro. It's a one-of-a-kind camera that lets you take pictures in 3D and relive them later. Zeiss will be partnering up with Apple to offer optical inserts for the Reality Vision Pro, which will magnetically insert into the Vision Pro to let you see clearly if you have glasses like me. There's more than a 4K display for each of your eye, totaling up for more than 23 million pixels, which is incredible. There's also a display on the outside which lets others see your eyes when you're wearing the headset, so it doesn't feel like you're isolated, and you can interact with others even when you have your headset on, and they can see your expressions clearly. The Apple's Vision Pro is powered by the Apple M2 chip and the Apple R1 chip, which is new. And now R probably stands for reality or real time, and its main purpose is to reduce latency to make it feel like it's going on in real time. And the display on the outside, which I mentioned earlier, is actually 3D. So it actually looks different from every angle. So if someone's standing there, they see my eyes differently as opposed to someone standing there. So it's basically just like real life. It'll feel like these are transparent glasses, even if they're not. There's an exciting new interface for Vision Pro, and it'll let you run your existing iOS and iPadOS apps on your Vision Pro, but with more custom apps also coming soon from developers. And when you FaceTime others, it creates a digital persona of your face, and it maps your facial expressions onto a figure of you so that others can see your expressions and your face, even though there's not an actual camera in front of you. That's really awesome, and the demo they showed on the Apple event wasn't as good, but the one they showed in the State of the Union was really incredible and looked really smooth. Apple has partnered up with Unity to bring Unity-based apps and games over to Vision Pro natively. This is really exciting because that means there is a future for gaming on the Vision Pro. And for authentication, there's Optic ID, which is basically iris scanning. Apple says that this is the most advanced personal electronics item or device ever made, with over 5,000 patents being filed over the years. Now, the Vision Pro starts at $34.99 US, which is ridiculously expensive. We were expecting a $3,000 price tag, and personally, I was expecting a $2,499 prices, that's $2,500. But Apple is actually launching this at $3,500. And honestly, I'm not even going to lie, this is actually incredible value. There's so much in this product and it's incredible hardware, and the price is justified by what it's offering. But granted, this is a first generation product, so I'm not sure if it's worth investing, but if you're a developer, it probably is. Now it'll be available starting next year and only in the US at first. It's not even listed on India's website or any other country for the matter. It's only available to view on Apple's US website. So if you're wondering why it's not listed, that's probably why. It's only on the US website. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really glad you tuned in. Please do check out my apps at starlightapps.org. I'll leave a link in the description. And now I'll be off to installing all the beta software on my main devices. It's actually just 5 AM here, so I'll be finishing off this video right now. See you later.